right, here is how you can record late fees in QuickBooks Online. Sometimes your customers aren't going to pay you and you're going to want to apply a late fee. And so here's how you do it. There are two ways to do it within QuickBooks Online, the manual way and the automatic way. I'm going to show you the automatic way. Under Account Settings, under your Settings menu, we're going to navigate to your Sales tab. And here, there is an option to charge automatic late fees. So you turn this feature on and you can choose the type of fee you want to charge, whether it's a flat fee, a percentage of the balance, type in your percentage, how often you want it charged, and when that should start, and then click Save. Now, keeping in mind, this fee does not apply retroactively, meaning if you turn this on today and you have an invoice that became late yesterday or prior, it will not start charging late fees on those invoices. It has to be current when you turn this on. So that's saved. We're going to go ahead and we want to make sure we figured out where we're going to map this late fee into. We don't want it to just post itself all willy-nilly. You'll notice that in those settings, they didn't ask what income account you wanted that mapped into, right? What it did was it created an item on your products and services list. So it will be added to an invoice as a line item. So let's go take a look and see where it's mapping to. Now I'm going to scroll through the list, and right here is the late fee. And so I'm going to edit it and I'm going to take a look and see where it's mapping to. When you come in here, you may actually find that this doesn't have an account. That's what I find occasionally, but the account that I prefer to have this mapped into is a fees billed income account. I never like it to go into my generic sales, my sales of product income, or anywhere where I'm actually receiving money for products and services I'm selling. That is because it overstates your revenue, right? It wasn't actually sales. It was a fee that was billed to them. So I always change this to a fees billed income account, not expense. Make sure it's an income account because you want to make sure we're increasing the funds received on your profit and loss report. So that is correct. And we're going to close right out of here. So what will happen when you have a fee that is being billed to somebody, we'll go into an invoice and we'll just take a look at what it will do. It will take an invoice, and it will do this on the back end without you having to modify it. But if you have invoices that are late that you want to manually apply this fee to, this is how you go ahead and do it. And this is what QuickBooks will do for you. It will open the invoice that is overdue, and it will apply the late fee. So you just type in the name of your service, which is late fee, and then late fee on invoice due, and you just type in how much it is. So if you want it to be 10%, you'd be 1.56, and then you'd save and send. So this is exactly what QuickBooks is going to do. Now, QuickBooks will not resend the invoice. So anytime a late fee is posted, it will just edit the existing invoice, save itself. And so if you have QuickBooks payments turned on, when the customer clicks that link to pay, it will see now that there's a late fee applied to the invoice, and they will be able to pay it at that time. But it's not going to trigger an email to send to them. So this is how that looks. Now the problem that some people find here is it's not exactly recording the best way, because I say this isn't the best way because this late fee wasn't incurred until May, June, July, well, anytime after 4/21, right? But the way we're posting it is this late fee looks like it was earned on 3/22, the same day as the rest of the sale. That's actually not true. This late fee was earned much later. So we can absolutely record this. It's not that big of a deal. It's not materially relevant enough to change all of your books, but this is how QuickBooks will post it for you. So the way that I like to do this is I like to create a second invoice, and that will be just for that late fee. Now it does require that we edit your invoice styles because we have to add a feature onto your invoices to get this to really, really punch well. So this is your standard invoice template. Now you can create a new invoice for this, or you can edit your existing one. Oops, I accidentally backed out of that. So we're going to edit the existing, which is fine either direction. So I'm going to click into the content tab here, and I want to edit this middle section. What that is going to do is it's going to allow this feature right here to show up. This account summary, show on invoice. So right here, this is just showing current. This show on invoice, the account summary, this is going to bring through our balance forward, any charges made, any payments made, and the due amount, an open amount on their account. So it's a mini statement on each invoice. I love this. So we're going to turn this feature on and we're going to say done. Now we're ready to add some late fee invoices. So I'm going to go into my customers and I'm going to find Amy's Bird Sanctuary. So this is one that was overdue. So this invoice right here is actually overdue. And we do already have an invoice open for that. So I'm just going to get rid of that real quick here. So this is the invoice that is currently due. So we want to make a late fee. So I'm going to go new invoice. And I want to post the invoice on the date in which we're receiving or we're trying to incur that late fee. The product and service, again, is late fee. We can type whatever description we want. And we're going to do that percentage again. So now we have $2.39 of a late fee booked. So under this Customize tab right here, this standard should be checked because we just edited the standard. If you had a second template, this is where you would choose it. So now we can print or preview and just make sure that what we wanted to happen is actually happening. And so here we are. We have a balance forward. We have payments made, which those two numbers aren't the same. So we have an overdue amount. Here's our late fee, which is reflected in this activity right here, leaving a total due of $241.39, which is the total balance due. So now we have the original invoice posted in the proper month. We have charges, balance forwards, and the new late fee posting in June. So this now can be sent, mailed, etc. to your customer, and they will see their late fee, and your late fees will be recorded in the proper months in which they were received. I hope that's helpful.